I hate starting new experiences. I'm not even gonna lie. It's one of the most frustrating things because it's going out of my comfort zone. It's creating a new identity for myself, which is difficult, and it poses so many challenges in my life. Like right now, I'm moving into my new apartment. I had to get a new vehicle. I had to get a new job, and I had to start a new chapter in my life. And so many changes at once, it's breaking me down. Like it's so much work that it feels like it's too much at times. But I don't stop just because it feels like it's too much. I'm realizing that these new experiences, they're pushing me to become this next version of myself. These new experiences are creating an identity that is different than everyone else. I've always wanted this identity of someone that is disciplined, someone that everyone is respectable to, someone that everyone looks up to and is looking for guidance. And right now, I'm looking for guidance through my mentors, the people that I'm reaching out to, but I want that same look as to other people. And the only way I can get that is if I continue to go through new experiences, experiencing changes, experiencing difficulties, experiencing so much in life that I'm not, telling myself no. I'm still going through life, pushing everything, pushing past my barriers, reaching goals, reaching heights that I never seen possible, and creating this new chapter in my life. Most people, they want new results, they want to live a better life, they want a disciplined life, they want that nutritious lifestyle, they want to become that person that everyone looks up to. And that's where I was for the longest time. I thought that, doing or telling everyone that what I'm doing every day, I'm disciplined, I'm going to the gym, I got a nice paying job. That shit does not matter when you're telling it to someone else. It only matters when you're doing it within yourself. When your body and your mind is saying, "Hey, I'm doing the work." Because if you're just telling other people, I guarantee you, your mind and your body is telling you differently. You're telling yourself that you're not doing enough. You're telling yourself, "Why am I telling these people these things?" Once I stopped telling people all my goals, all my ambitions, my day-to-days, my step-by-steps, where I'm at in life, everything started to change because I realized now I'm accountable for myself. I'm not accountable for other people. I'm accountable for what I do daily and how that affects my life. I'm not focused on other people's reactions, other people's instincts, other people's thoughts. I'm focused on me, what I input every day. And because I want these results, I have to live a new life. As I said, most people, they want new results, but they don't want to live a new life. The way to break through your old self is by breaking the habits, changing who you are as a man, and completely re-identifying yourself as a person. You need to learn discipline. You need to learn new things. I hate running. I literally hate running. But what I'm going to do, I told myself, is I want to run 100 miles within 30 days, within a month period, because it's challenging, because I know that that's going to push me to the next person of myself. I'm not going through life thinking of what's the easiest way to get by. I'm going through life setting goals, setting challenges for myself. Right now, I have run 100 miles in 30 days. I have boxing training for 30 days because I want to start redeveloping my skills, getting back to where I was. I'm not being stagnant. I'm always chasing after who I want to become as a man. I see a man that is fit. I see a man that can defend himself. I see a man that is rich. I see a man that has amazing relationships. And the way that I get there is by building a life day to day and proving to myself that, hey, you are there. And these videos are one way I'm proving to myself. I'm just making these videos for myself now at this point. I just want to tell myself, hey, bro, you are not alone. You are doing this for a reason and you are documenting it. I used to crave comfort into my life. I used to play it safe going all throughout life, not taking risks, hanging out with friends, partying, drinking, doing the lame stuff every weekend. But I guarantee you, if you are doing that lame shit each and every weekend, you are wasting time. You're wasting weekends that you could be fulfilled with actions and tasks that you need to get done in life. I used to work 5 days a week, go to the gym 5 days a week, and then on the weekends I'd slack off. And then maybe one day of the week I'd get some stuff done, maybe work on some stuff, but I didn't have any side hustles. I didn't have any ambitions. I didn't have any goals. I was only focused on my day job and my relationships. And that's the worst spot someone can be. You need to focus on your relationships. You need to focus on your business, and you need to focus on your mental health. Those are the three things that are the most important things in life, I think, because you need to you don't need to rely on work. You need to rely on your own type of business, your own type of mindset, your own type of system. Of course, it'll start with work. Everyone starts with a job. Everyone starts at that point. But you don't want to end there. We want to become the people that are different than that. We don't want to become the people that have jobs their entire life. We want to become the people that set themselves up for the rest of their life. And I guarantee you it starts with the body. It starts with the mind. If you are not having a disciplined mind, you're not having a disciplined body, you don't have that system set up in life, you are guaranteed to not see results financially. You are guaranteed to not become the man that you want to be if you are not starting with your body. The first thing that I did in my life, luckily, I was lucky enough to start when I was young, was lifting. But imagine if I didn't start lifting. Imagine 10 years of not lifting, of just, partying, drinking, being at my day job. Who the fuck would I be? I'd be someone completely unrecognizable. But because I have that discipline, but because I don't party on the weekends, but because I do these things and I set myself boundaries and I set in stone systems, I create a life for me. I always saw myself in an apartment like this with a clean countertops, clean everything, and just living life. And I got it now because I told myself that if I push away my old environment, this new environment will reap the rewards that I'm looking for. This move wasn't about the apartment. This move was about creating a new identity for who I was. That old apartment felt too much like my old life. I felt like I was still undisciplined. I felt like I was still going through life not where I wanted to be. I still felt like I wasn't around the environment and the people I was. Even if it was just a place, you got to think it was just me in my apartment. And I still felt like I wasn't in the right environment. That's how much environments play a role in your work and your ethics. For that last week, it took so much effort to get even the littlest amount of work done. But now that I'm at my new apartment, I feel so motivated. I feel so driven to get videos out. I feel so, crazy enough to work until the sun's up, because this new environment is creating a new identity for myself. And that's what you have to go through life with. You got to create new experiences. You need to do new things. You need to try out new tasks. If you don't run, go try running. If you don't box, try to box. If you don't mobility train and stretch every day, then try that for 30 days. Just test stuff out. Go through life making challenges. That's what I do with these new experiences. These new experiences, they shape me as a man and who I am. They create me a new identity. Of course, the changing, the moving was hard. As I am moving to this new apartment, it's not easy. It's difficult, moving heavy, difficult stuff. But because of that, I know that I'm going to reap the rewards. And it's the same thing with the environment, the people, and the surroundings that you surround yourself with. It's going to be hard. It's not easy. But I guarantee you, anything that is difficult, anything that is hard, it will reap the rewards. If you go through life and you're pushing yourself and you're pushing past barriers, you're pushing past plateaus, you're not stopping whenever your body gives up, I guarantee you, you will reap the rewards of the life that you think you deserve. Another thing that I realized is that change exposes who you are as a man. For the longest time, I didn't want to make change. I wanted to stay who I was. I wanted to stay around the friends that I had. I wanted to stay in the life that I had. I wanted to stay having the same amount of times with the same amount of people that I already do, because I didn't want to let my relationships fall. I didn't want to let my life fall. I was scared of changing, but changing exposes who you are as a man. Once I changed, I realized that I was able to say no to things. Once you're able to say no to things, your life completely unlocks. You have to be able to balance saying no and yes to activities. But once I said no, it exposed who I was, which was a disciplined man that is focused on who he wants to become. Most of these guys, most of these people that you see around you, I guarantee you're not going to see within 2 to 5 years. And what's even worse is those people are going to be way worse than you, because you set that first step forward in making that disciplined lifestyle. If you haven't even started it, you need to at least start now implementing some type of non-negotiables to boost that life up. I guarantee you that discomfort will equal growth. If you are discomfort in life, if you are not comfortable with what you're doing, and you're going through life with hardships, I guarantee you that will be growth. But if you're going through life comfortable, I remember I was in a relationship for 3 years, super comfortable, not going anywhere, very stagnant, not even looking at marriage. Like it was a horrible waste of time, and I got nowhere. Zero growth, stagnant, waste of fucking time. And I wish I could take that year back. But now I'm creating these videos because I know that if I create these videos every week, then these videos will create that consistency, that discipline to never get me back to where I was. And I do not want to be there. I want to continue to have new experiences. I want to continue to have a new life of fulfillment, of enjoyment, of feeling like I'm doing the right things. This move, it forced me to level up in life. And that's what I'm doing. I'm becoming that new man. I have that new disciplined lifestyle. I have a new schedule. I have a new job, new car. And with the new car, I didn't even get anything expensive because I'm setting myself ahead. I got something cheap, something that's reliable that will last me for the next 2 to 3 years, so that when I have the money saved up, it will be worth it. And then I can get the vehicle that I want. I set goals for myself. I set vehicles as dreams, and I'm not going to get them now because I can and set myself financially back. No, I'm going to get myself ahead. And when I have stupid amounts of money, that's when I'm going to start locking in on those goals, on those financial goals. But right now, those are just keeping me driven. Those are pushing me to keep experiencing these new experiences and living the life that I want. I had to level up to get to those heights that I'm at. If I chose to stay the same person, if I chose to stick with the same habits, chose to stick with the same environment, chose to stick with the same people that I was hanging out with, I would not be at the level that I am now. And that is guaranteed. The only reason that I'm at the level that I am at right now is because I put myself ahead of everyone else. I put myself aside. The way that I think about it is that average people, they get 8 hours of sleep. If you want to become more than average and you want to become that 1%, why would you get 8 hours of sleep? You need to get less than that. You need to be working. You need to be doing more. And that's not saying sacrifice your sleep. That's just putting into perspective that the amount of work that needs to be done. You need to be doing 10x the amount of work. Every single day, there's only one thing on my mind, which is business, relationships, and mental health. There is no other thing on my mind. As long as those 3 things are in check every single day and I'm balancing those 3 things, they are amazing. But most men, they can't balance all 3 things. Usually it's 2. It's relationships and then it's business. Or it's business and then mental health and then your relationships failing. Or it's mental health and then relationships. But then you don't have a business and you're not working towards any goals. You need to find some type of balance through 3. The men that are happy in life, the men that find significant value are the ones that can balance all 3. Love all 3 of them. The people that find balance in life find balance by finding all 3. Don't pray for growth and think that you can stay in the same place. Don't pray for change and then think that you can stay in the same environment. You need to break free. The one moment that I saw the most benefits in my life was when I was alone for a year, when it was just me in my room and I worked. And guess what I did? I created a fitness account. I started posting Instagram videos. I started cutting out the bad vices. I stopped partying. Life felt more fulfilling and my physique got better. I got more ripped. And I got a loving girlfriend that we're both focused on God and marriage. Like, there's reasons to why I do these things, and they are guaranteed to reap the rewards because I set goals in mind and I set a plan in mind. If you're going through life and you're not setting goals, you're not setting plans, how do you expect to get there? I guarantee you, you are not going to get the goals. You are not going to get life. I didn't get where I was without goals or plans. How do you expect Mark Zuckerberg, how do you expect Elon Musk to get where they are without goals or plans? They didn't get there without setting a plan of action. They didn't get there without moving their first step forward. I guarantee you that. This is the first video in my new apartment and I'm super excited to get more out for you. I got a new environment, new job, new car, new chapter in life. So everything's going to be amazing. But as a takeaway, most people, they want results, but then they don't choose to start a new life, a new experience. If you will do one thing for me, it's to start a new experience and start a new life. And that could be changing one thing in your life, or that could be changing everything. But start today. Make that change to who you want to become, because I guarantee you that will be worth it. Thank you guys for watching around. My name is Jonathan Mitchell. I'll see you guys in the next one.